Hi guys, I'm here sitting in my kitchen again, and before I start this video I want to make sure that people understand that I'm not racist or biased or anything against any individual or nationality. So what I say may come out wrong, but it's not meant the way it comes out. Anyway, I was watching a video this morning and it was about a young Filipino girl who's married to a foreigner. And she was slamming, well, not slamming, that's the wrong word, only certain people use the word slamming. She was replying to another video that she was watching, and there was captions on her video from a black woman in America. Now, like I said, I'm not racist. It could be a white woman, a yellow woman, or a red woman. It doesn't make any difference to me. But what she was saying is why Westerners, not so much, I should assume she was referring to Americans as she was from America. Why do Americans come over to Asia, or should I say, why do Westerners come over to Asia looking for Asian women? Now, that is a very big question, and there are many foreigners here from the West, and Australia and New Zealand. I suppose they're classed as from the East. But anyway, why do people come to Asia looking for women? It's quite simple, really. Now, I'm English and I can only really refer to European women, not just English women, European women, because I've travelled quite a bit in Europe. And I've also seen on TV and documentaries American women. And the question, like I said, why do Westerners come to Asia looking for Asian women? Well, it's quite simple. Because all the others are fat and fucking ugly. And like I said, I can vouch for the European ones. They all look like men. They dress like men. They act like men. They're pushy. They can be aggressive sometimes. There's nothing feminine about them whatsoever. They dress like tramps. Now, if you go to London, in the centre of London during the day, you normally find a pretty classy woman. You know, obviously they dress up for the office, you know, for various reasons, maybe hoping to get the top job, so they dress up sexy for the boss. But if you go to the outskirts of London, into the suburbs like Bromley, Brixton is a predominantly black area within London. But let me just say that about the blacks, I can honestly say, hand on heart, that I've never ever in England seen a black person that looks dirty and untidy. Not one. Unless they are homeless or a drunk or whatever, but whether it's white or black, they're all the same, you know, they're all dirty and drunk. But anyway, for an ordinary person, I've never seen a black person, regardless what part of the country I've been to, dress as if they are tramps. They dress immaculately. Their children are immaculate, their clothes are immaculate, and they should be proud. But unfortunately, you get a lot of white teenagers, especially 16-year-old girls, that open their legs and all of a sudden this little baby comes out, and you see them pushing the pram and claiming various money from the state for various things. You see them, they are absolutely disgusting. How anyone could make love to them, I do not know. They must have been drunk themselves. But anyway, most of them are pretty shite. They wear dirty trainers, dirty trousers. They're pushing a dirty pram with puke all over it and tomato sauce on their burgers and everything. And they're smoking away and their hair has never seen a brush, and they look absolutely disgusting. So, if I was younger and a Westerner, and I looked at that, and I had the money to come to Asia, then why not? Why would I want to go with a fat, lazy slob that smokes and probably drinks during the day and puts the baby in the back room and lets it scream all day and probably only feeds it on chips and beans? Why would I want that sort of life when I could come to a place like the Philippines, where everyone keeps themselves nice and clean, and even though they may not have much money, they are always clean, and they have got all this, they know how to look after a person. Yes, they do. There's no doubt about it. Asian women know how to look after a man. I can't vouch for the Americans. Maybe there are Americans watching this channel video that can maybe answer some of them questions. But the majority of women that I've seen in America, and I've only seen them on TV, guys, don't knock me, don't send me a comment saying, how the hell did you know about American women if you've never been to America? I have been to America. I've been to Massachusetts, and that was enough for me. America's not my ideal country. I am an Asian man. I've travelled all around Asia. So I'm not knocking America, I'm not knocking anybody. But what I've seen on TV, they are very similar to European women. They do not take care of themselves. They do not give a shit about you, basically. They only want. And when they've got it, they want more. Now, I have never experienced that in Asia or even in the Philippines. I've lived in the Philippines a year now. And even though they don't have nothing, you give them one little thing, one little bowl of rice with something, and they appreciate it. Can you imagine giving a bowl of rice to a woman in Europe or America? She'll say, what the fuck is this? Get me a steak or something. I'm not eating this shite. But that's the fact. Because they're spoiled. They've been spoiled for many, many generations. But they all want equal rights. So if I can eat a bowl of rice, why can't they eat a bowl of rice? But they won't. So this is why a lot of Asian men, that's why a lot of Western men come to Asia. But is it the same here? Maybe the Filipino girls can send me a comment. What do the Filipino men think about Filipino girls? Do they treat them the same as a foreigner? A foreigner with a Filipina, I think that's the right expression. I get confused with Filipino, and whatever. Anyway, a foreigner that lives with a Philippine woman, I'm sure that they would agree that they are treated with respect. The man to the woman, I mean. And they treat them fairly. They give them whatever they can afford. The women are not asking for extravagance. They don't ask for diamonds and everything else like these Western women do. You buy a woman a ring, they want to know how much it is. And if it costs less than the woman across the road, she gets all sulky about it and tells you to go and buy a more expensive one. Ungrateful. That is why Westerners come to Asia. Because the women are petite, slim, 57 kilos, not 257 pounds, like some European women. And they always, even though they just wear shorts and t-shirts, because it's so hot here, they look nice. And they don't stink of sweat like some Westerners when it's just the hottest day of the year. God, I've sat next to some European women on the bus or something and they stunk high heaven. God, and I couldn't even open a window. And unfortunately, I couldn't hold my breath for the 30-minute bus ride. But that's what it's all about. Western men come to Asia because the women show them respect. They are beautiful, they are kind, they are respectful, they don't ask for anything, and what they do get, they appreciate it. But I don't know whether it's the same for Filipino men with the Filipino women. So you Filipino women, you make comments and I will do another video with your comments. What I've seen a lot of men here are drunk or they think more of their cocks than their own women. And when I say cock, I don't mean that between their legs. I mean the feather type that outside. They think more of them tied up with one leg. But anyway, see, they actually agree with me. But that's why, basically, because Western women are disgusting. Not all, bear with me, not all. I don't want to get nasty slamming and abusive comments because an American woman has said to me, you don't know what you're talking about, you've never been with an American woman, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying all. There are some beautiful, respectful women in America. Although I haven't seen any, but I'm sure that there are. England? Oh, you go to somewhere like Bromley on a Saturday afternoon, and it's like walking into a thrift shop where everything's second hand. They look absolutely disgusting. You see them pushed in the pram with 5 kids hanging onto the pram, all licking ice creams paid for by the state, chocolate all over them, their coats covered in mud and dirt, and the woman trainers have never probably seen the lights of a washing machine. We used to have a thing years ago. I'm ex-army, and a lot of the army wives, there used to be a tracksuit trousers called Ron Heel. Heel, I mean Hill, because it's the way that I pronounce it. Ron Heel. And all army wives used to wear Ron Heels. You could tell an army wife a mile off because she was wearing Ron Heels and trainers. And that's what it's like in UK. They dress like tinkers. Young girls now have got no respect for themselves, so how can they have any respect for their husbands? And that is why so many Westerners are coming to Asia, because they know that once they find a good woman, and there's not everyone in Asia is good, you do get the scammers and everything else, but they are normally found out very early, I think, in a relationship. Don't get married until you really, really know that woman, the family and everything else. But what I've seen on all the videos that I've watched of married couples in the Philippines, they are very, very happy. And the woman, you can see, is very, very respectful and grateful for what she has. As this girl said in the video, the very simple things they want. They are grateful for the very simple things in life. And that is the way they have been brought up. And the majority of them don't want to go to America. They've got this saying, I don't know where it's come from, it's passport bro or something, passport bro. I've never heard of this passport bro. I don't understand it. Maybe someone can enlighten me. But anyway, everyone I've seen are very happy. They don't want anything. Yeah, so the man wants a nice house, fine. This is a nice house. If we've got the money, then we like to have a nice house and a nice home and provide for whoever shares that with us. And that's all they want. They're not after a 5-car carpool and a Mercedes outside or a Range Rover like some of these Western women and American women. You know, yes, I've had experiences in the West. In fact, I used to work away overseas, and one day I came home on vacation for 2 weeks, and I was pulled to a car showroom, even with my suitcase, and I had to buy a new car that she had seen, and I've not even gone home and put my suitcase on the floor yet. Yes, I should have said no, but it would have caused so many arguments, and she got nasty as well. And that is why I ended that relationship. And now I'm in the Philippines. Am I happy in the Philippines? Bloody right I am happy in the Philippines. Because everyone shows you respect here. And like I said, it's the simple things in life that make people happy. So anyway, I don't want to go harp on about this subject. If you agree, I'm sure you all agree anyway. I sure think there's anyone out there that doesn't agree. And I'm not saying every woman is like that in Europe or America, but the majority of the people, why they come to the Philippines or Asia in particular, is because the women are gross back home. They are fat, they are ugly, they have no respect for anybody, they do not appreciate anybody, and they just don't look after themselves. They have no respect for themselves, so they will not have any respect for each other. So no doubt this video once again will cause abusive and slamming comments, but it's the truth. It's the freedom of speech, it's the truth. Have a good day. Bye.